Oh no. Oh no, no, no. What happened? What happened? Hello everybody, Jake, your resident content cowboy here, Yeehaw, and they finally nerfed Blissey. They did it is what I expected to be saying right now, but we are going to take a look at the patch notes here for what has been changed in Pokemon Unite. I think there's some really great changes and some head-scratching ones as always. This is really interesting, so dive into it with me right now. Let's take a look at these patch notes together. This is all still pretty early. I got some of this information from the fine folks over at Unite DB and the math chords. So let's see what we have going on here. First of all, Charizard got a little bit of a nerf to its flamethrower move. I don't think this is massive by any means. It looks like they just wanted Char to not do so much damage with flamethrower. Charizard is probably still in a pretty good spot. If you'll remember my last tier list that I made about it, I said it was about a B+, I think. I think Char is still doing pretty well. The big thing with Char is its Unite move just keeps getting canceled, so I don't think this is a huge deal. Taking a look at Espeon here, it got multiple buffs, and it needed these. Psybeam, Psyshock, Stored Power all got buffs. So Psybeam and Psyshock do some more damage. I'll have to test that out inside of a match and see how they feel. Stored Power also getting more damage, and it looks like its healing is working here on its Future Sight Reset Stored Power, which is pretty cool. If they buffed it considerably, it might be a good move choice for a while. Stored Power has always just kind of been terrible. Taking a look at Zarina right here, they have nerfed Zarina's Stomp. It's weird with Zarina because it's always kind of at the precipice of becoming really, really good, and then with the tournaments over the weekend, we saw a lot of Zarina play, and it was doing really well. I don't know how massive this buff is going to feel. It's one of those things that you're just gonna have to get into a game and figure out, does this change it so much that it's no good anymore? Pikachu getting a nice little buff here, getting some spell vamps. So it's getting at level 9, 12.5% healing on its moves, which is pretty cool. A nice little buff to Pikachu that I think a lot of people probably didn't expect here. Mamoswine getting a few buffs. Its Unite move gets a cooldown, its Ice Fang gets a cooldown, and its Icicle Crash gets a cooldown reduction. I should have said reduction after all those words. But Icicle Crash, Ice Fang, and Unite move all getting a cooldown reduction. So what we're looking at here is Mamoswine's abilities that are all based around ice and then its Unite move all getting a cooldown reduction. I love the Icicle Crash build. A 2-second cooldown reduction is pretty massive. You have to remember, Pokemon Unite doesn't have a mana pool or anything like that. You get to use your moves as often as they pop up, and now that's pretty big. And then of course Ice Fang, a nice little bonus there too. I'll have to see if I feel like this Unite move change makes enough of a difference where you're Unite moving more inside of a game with Mamoswine. Let's take a look here. Snorlax, a Pokemon that I've talked about for a little bit here that I think has needed some buffs, gets some buffs. Its Unite move gets a cooldown reduction, which is nice. Its rollover on its Unite move now knocks up opposing Pokemon, which is really cool actually. That's a nice benefit from that Unite move because it had very little utility before except giving a buddy barrier to an ally and then healing yourself. Heavy Slam, cooldown reduction. This is big. Block, cooldown reduction. 2 seconds on block, 1 second on Heavy Slam. This Pokemon is moving back into being that really tanky defender, and also it got a special defense increase. These are huge buffs for Snorlax. I mean, if I had my Jake 3 hoodie on, I would say it's because there might be a Snorlax Hollowware coming out soon that looks pretty expensive, but at the same time, this Pokemon needed some buffs. This was definitely something that needed to happen. Hey, thank you for the follow. I'm not live right now, but look how it goes sometimes. Absol, you saw the clip at the start of this video. I don't know what's going on here. It got a life steal as a stat increase here, 5% and then 10%. Pursuit and Psycho Cut both got quality of life increases. Psycho Cut now lets you proc damage off not only basic attacks but also moves. You saw that at the start of this video. Right now I think Absol's... I just played it for a second. I don't know what they've done to this Pokemon because this feels kind of crazy to me. Pursuit range has been increased, and the Pursuit plus movement speed has been increased from 25% to 35%. I still don't think Pursuit's going to be the move, but I need to get in and I need to play it. However, Psycho Cut seems insane. You know, like Psycho. Ding! Crustle, Stealth Rock, projectile speed increase, so the Stealth Rocks fly out faster. Rock Tomb is now more easily cancelable. And slash manually taken. It's more easily cancelable. It's tweeting a lot. It's more easy to take down the rocks once they're up, so you're not kind of griefing your allies as much. And also, when you take them down, it slows nearby enemies. So it's kind of getting that finishing moment of the Rock Tomb early, which is pretty cool. Rock Tomb also, let me scroll down a little bit. Rock Tomb plus projectile speed is also increased. Movement slow has increased when the Pokemon's hit by the first part of the Rock Tomb. I don't know how you compete with Shell Smash, I'm gonna be honest here, but this is a nice little change to Rock Tomb. There are, of course, things that we don't know about yet. With every patch, there are bug fixes, there are things put into the game. There, of course, are Pokemon that we know are coming to the game very soon. I'll have another video on that shortly. I'm also gonna be streaming here. I might be streaming right now when you watch this, because I want to test out a lot of this stuff. Another interesting thing, Slowbro's Scald damage ticks are fixed, so it wasn't getting all of the damage it was supposed to from Scald, meaning Scald is even better right now, and I've heard that the attack reduction on it is actually working as it's intended, which could be massive. We'll have to see if this is a big change. For me, the biggest change of this whole patch is Absol. I mean, just seeing this for a moment, I thought, oh my god. I had to try it on that Dreadnought. I saw someone posting that they could take down a Zapdos almost to half-life with one move, and I thought, what's really going on here? I saw someone else say that you could clear a Dreadnought immediately, so I needed to try it for myself, and yeah, it's pretty crazy. I also really want to get in and see how Espeon feels after this, and of course, Mamoswine, a Pokemon that I've kind of had a bit of a love affair with. Don't tell my wife. Seriously, don't tell my wife. I've had a love affair with this Pokemon lately, and I really want to see what that feels like. Let me know what you think in the comments. Of course, what's missing here? Hoopa is missing. Blissey is missing, and I have a theory that I'll throw at you in 1 second. Zeraora is missing on the buff side of this. Mr. Mime is missing for some quality of life changes, I think. There are a few Pokemon... Oh, yes. Garchomp is missing. Let me talk about what I think has probably happened here. So I think what's happened is that this patch was actually something that they had thought about before the tournaments over the weekend, and you can't really roll it out in time because there could be bugs, there could be things that messes up inside the game. So what they've done instead is this is a patch they probably wanted to implement 2 weeks ago. It's here now, and we're soon going to see something about Blissey and Hoopa because of how much they were played. Also, I think this Absol thing could go away. I really do. I'm telling you this Absol thing I think is probably too crazy. Let me know what you think in the comments. I love you all.